Everyone loves Pokemon. Well, except these people. And them. And everyone loves Pokemon. Some of us have specific games we like, and some just love every game. I have played every single main series Pokemon game, though there is one point in which I quit altogether. That blemish was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Now I know this is a polarizing game, but for me, it's not the Pokemon designs. There are some stupid ones, but Gen 1 and 2 had some awful ones as well. It's not that I couldn't import my old guys. I was in high school at this point. I grasped the technical issues they might have encountered. Now, what ruined my experience was, after only a couple of days, my friends and I scoured through the entire strategy guide and realized that not only could you not go back to the old regions, but out of 386 total Pokemon, there were only 200 in the game. So they literally just cut 186 Pokemon out of my childhood from this game. And worst of all, they didn't even give them back! This ruined things for me. I beat the game, but soon after fell completely out of Pokemon. I traded my entire Pokemon card collection for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, including my shining Charizard. I traded in all of my Pokemon games, including Pokemon Coliseum, and the Jirachi disc that came with it. God, I'm an idiot. So obviously I'm in the camp of people who think this generation is just complete garbage. Well, let's dive in and find out. Now, God damn it, Wilmer, I didn't mean that as a pun. We start off in the middle of an earthquake. Or in the back of a U-Haul. I'd question the safety of this, but we're talking about a civilization where 10-year-olds are given the boot with some pocket change and a single potion. You need to set your commemorative clock, which, if you're playing my copy of Emerald these days, doesn't work. You come downstairs to just miss your father? They have those in this universe? But you may as well not. As you see, he's in Petalburg. How come you moved to Little Root? Why not just move a couple towns over to be able to see your father? I guess they were easing their way into this multi-parent territory. I know, such a strange concept. So you barge into this guy's room, as he turns out to be the most sexist character in gaming history. Ignoring him, you now go bail out his father.
Holy crap, they're breeding.
You save him from a rat. Hey bro, you have these two pretty good Pokemon over here. Why'd you leave them over here in the bag? So in a different way than usual, you pick your starter. Trico was my original starter, but he sucked. And since I don't need 50 million Mudkip comments, let's go with Torchic. Beat the rat, and Professor Neckbeard gives you the Pokemon. And now your journey truly begins. You hunt down his sexist son and beat him down. Yeah, who's impressed now? You get the Pokedex, blah blah blah, and you finally get to the third town to face your first gym challenge. Only this time, you can't fight him. It's your father. I guess it's not smart to make him the first gym, but he's only a mid-game leader, and your rival gives up challenging you a little bit after that. So, you don't really have anyone to be equal to. They really drop the ball with any sort of motivation to become the best, especially when you see my team that I beat the Elite Four with. So you help Tiny Tim here catch a Ralts, who is the strangest Pokemon ever. I'm gonna catch one too! You go to the next town and fight the real first gym leader, who uses what is easily one of my top 5 least favorite Pokemon ever. Go get him, Closet! And now you systematically thwart the gang a few times when they're doing small tasks. I'm playing Ruby, so I'm taking down Team Magma. They may not be as cool as Team Rocket, but they and Team Aqua have the coolest uniforms of any of the villains so far. So you bring this guy back his wing goal and you go on a Holy Mewtwo slowdown! So this gym leader uses fighting types. So my Ralts owns him and we visit Steven to deliver a letter. Weird that we're delivering a letter by hand to a town he doesn't live in. Oh well. Back on the Would you look out for the people? This port town is sort of this gen's equivalent of Lavender Town, in which I mean it has no gym. But unlike Lavender Town, it has even less point. Oh, hi Team Magma. This sure is suspicious. Oh sweet, I delivered my second package. I'm sure we'll never see this character again. I face off with my rival, then proceed to the next town to face off against Watson, the only gym leader besides your father who has any sort of personality in this game. Sorry guys, Flannery doesn't have personality. Yes, those are nice, and I will deal with that later, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. First, you get to battle that annoying little snot, Wally. He has the Ralts that he caught at level 16. Bro, mine already evolved. Kick his ass and go into the gym. Solve this joke of a puzzle and you're already up to 3 badges. And you get a bike. While it's cool to have a choice between 2 different bikes, I manage to never have the right bike when I find something. Why can't I just pedal really fast? Go back through the tunnel to use your flashy new HM, reuniting this couple. She doesn't seem all that thrilled. Romance! Proceed upwards and you take on the Winstraight family, who are actually kinda tough if you're not prepared. Guess who wasn't prepared? Beat them for the Macho Brace. A useless item at first because it doubles the EVs of your Pokemon. EVs are, of course, a hidden statistic, which are actually the entire reason why your old Pokemon couldn't be carried over. I'll spare the details, but basically the imaginary stat that most players don't even know exists almost caused the death of the franchise because they nerfed it. And the Macho Brace is only useful to train these imaginary statistics, but because they messed with the metagame, even people who knew about them still hadn't figured it out yet, and oh my head. Heading past the volcano, you walk through the tall grass that's covered in soot. Why is there soot? I don't know. Probably the same reason there's apricots in Gen 2, honey in Gen 4, and who even knows what they'll emit from Gen 5. I'm hoping it's triple battles. You go through another completely pointless town. Yeah, there are a lot of these actually. If I composed a list of the worst town in Pokemon, Slateport, this, and Pacific Log would all make the list. You talk to New Bill, who gives you a doll for the hideout that you can make, but I chose not to because they're also pointless. Beat down Team Magma in Cheddar Cave and they run off with the meteorite. Then chase them up the volcano to thwart them again. Man, I miss Team Rocket. Now, you go to Lava Ridge. After bumping elbows with some old people at the hot springs, or at least I hope those were elbows, you go to... Okay, fine. Let's take a minute to enjoy the show. Take down Hotness to get your 4th badge. Goodbye, my love. I shall always dream of you until I remember Gardenia from Diamond and Pearl. Now to take on... your father. As it turns out, some of his trainers are tougher than him. Especially when you realize that you can take down his slacking by using Detect during his attacking turns. Thanks, hindering abilities. And with that, you surpass your father. And you still have 3 more gym badges to go. And you only face your rival 2 more times. And he gives up before his starter fully evolves. Seriously, there's no motivation to get stronger in this game besides becoming the Pokemon League champion. That's what was great about Red and Blue, and the same thing with Gold and Silver. You had a rival that you fought all the way through, and in Red and Blue, he was the last guy, the guy you had to beat to set the bar. In this, they have Steven, who is just some guy you delivered a letter to in the back of some cave. What's funny is they tried to use Steven in the same way they used Lance in Gold and Silver, a recurring character who seemed to be a good trainer, but whereas you fought alongside Lance and knew what he was about, you just bump into Steven in caves or he helps you find invisible Pokemon. Lance helped you take down Team Rocket. So, whatever. Help Watson get power back by turning it off. beat Team Magma again at the Weather Institute and get yourself a cast form. I'll just let this joke make itself. Beat your rival, run into Steven, then go face the flying gym trainer. You would think she'd be a cakewalk, but nope. She throws you off with a dragon type. Luckily, I planned ahead and spent all my money at the casino and got a shiny Ice Beam TM. Your next task is to stop Team Magma at some ghost-infested tower. Haven't we been here before? They make off with the blue orb, and you take the red orb. They can never be separated, but by all means, take your time doing whatever it is you need to do. I'm sure it'll be fine. If you want, you can stop by this Pokemon Museum. It's just as useless as the one in red and blue, except for one thing. There's a Pidgeot statue, talking about how it is an ancient bird Pokemon of the past. I'll be honest, as a kid, this brought a tear to my eye. This was their way of saying, yup, those Pokemon are long gone, and you'll never see them again. Funny how that one turned out, huh? Anyways, Team Magma steals a submarine from Captain Useless. Chase them into their hideout and they get away in the submarine. Well, it's actually a pretty good idea. Well played, Team Magma. Take on the Psychic Twins and wipe them out with a couple of surfs, and you're up to 7 badges. Now chase down Team Magma to another hideout where they awaken Groudon. What a shocker. He's pissed. And he starts a cool daytime techno rave. This scares Team Magma so much that you never see him again. Talk about anticlimactic. Head for Sootopolis where you confront the beast. And now for the final gym leader, who has easy to solve but still fun to do puzzles to get to him. Beat his water types and you've got all 8 badges. Now on to Victory Road. You can actually take out the final win straight here and then it's... what the? Wally? How did you even get here? He actually has a pretty good team. But seriously, the last time we fought him, he had a single level 16 Pokemon. I get growth, but why couldn't he grow with us? Well, that's okay, it's time to face the Elite Four. My team is pretty weak, to say the least. In Gen 1, this would barely get you past Giovanni. But now, watch as I plow through the Elite Four. First up is Sydney, who uses Dark types. I have a Blaziken. Next is Phoebe with Ghost types. Again, cool Pokemon, but man, they are weak. Now for Glacia, who uses... well, if you can't guess based on that name, you need to just go home. Take out her Ice types and you get Drake, the obligatory Dragon Trainer. Seeing as almost all of his Pokemon have a 4 times weakness to Ice, they go down pretty quickly. And now, the champion. What a surprise, it's Spelunker Steven! Now let me point something out. My 4 Pokemon team is around level 47 to 48, with 2 HM slaves. His 6-party team is anywhere from level 55 to 58. And yet, with some item management and some meat shields, I pretty much took out his whole team with my Groudon. And now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. So, what are my thoughts on this game now? Well, it's actually pretty good. With a revamped and easier to understand EV system for the hardcore gamers, Pokemon abilities, menu sprites for all of the Pokemon, and introducing the best thing in all of gaming, all hail the running shoes. It definitely made some important steps forward for a franchise they were actually trying to reboot. However, they took a few steps back as well. I would understand not being able to go back to all 3 regions, but there are 3 throwaway towns, an island that just magically appears sometimes they probably could have easily replaced with Johto, if not both. The clock is completely pointless. It really is only there to make sure that berries grow. If the Game Boy Color can handle day and night, I'm pretty sure the GBA could tackle it. A lot of people will forever be upset that they couldn't carry over their old Pokemon, but I understand why they felt the need to revamp the system. And I get that if they still allowed the old guys to come through, it would really mess with the balance of the competitions. Not to mention, it would be a nightmare to program. I can honestly say, I had a really good time with this one. Is it the weakest of the franchise? Well, no, but that's mostly because of the existence of Black and White. Honestly, My biggest complaint about this game is the music. Oh, God, those trumpets! But besides that, it's a pretty good game. I mean, it's not one of the best Pokemon games, but it's certainly not the worst. Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my video. If you liked it, please hit that little like button. If you really liked it, add it to your favorites. And if you want to see more of my stuff, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you really like Pokemon, why don't you go ahead and check out my other channel, JBSR Plays It. Right now, I'm in the middle of doing a Pokemon Leaf Breed Nuzlocke challenge. I'm actually doing pretty okay right now. This thing isn't even on.